Whether you're a family man, a single dad, or a bachelor like me, every modern man should know how to make a great Sunday breakfast. Today, I'm going to show you how to make my favorite, the bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon takes the longest, so let's start with that. Get yourself, if you don't have a solid cast iron pan, get yourself one. If you want to know if it's good or not, here's a good rule. If you hit someone with it, it should hurt. Get it nice and hot. I usually keep mine like 3/4. Pretty good. Thick cut butcher bacon. Thick cut butcher bacon. In the words of, who's the awesome Instagram cook that always says like, don't f it up. Don't f it up. As a general rule, you want 4 slices per sandwich. If you're making 1 sandwich, 4 slices. If you're making 2 sandwiches, 8 slices. Do the math. Eggs. 4 eggs per sandwich. I don't want that many eggs. You're not going to actually eat that many eggs. Just the way that you make the sandwiches, you need 4 eggs. You'll understand why later. Four eggs. Beat them well, but don't overdo it. Also, clean up as you go. Makes less of a mess later. Hey, look, I'm not wearing black. By the way, this shirt is available at ronin6.com. Better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in the war. Okay, when you're making your eggs, do not put salt and pepper or milk or anything else in the eggs. If you have whisked them thoroughly and aerated them properly, that's all you need. What you do want is 1 tablespoon of butter into a heavy, is this an omelet pan? I don't know what kind of pan this is called. Listen, every man needs 3 pans, okay? You need a pan that can make omelets. You need a pan that is cast iron that can like sizzle and sear. And you need like a saute pan for pastas and other types of dishes. It's really not that complicated. When you start to see the edges of the bacon getting crispy, give it a nice little flip. I like well done bacon. When you see the oil start to pop and dance, that's how you know you're doing okay. The secret to a good egg in a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich is to cook it low and slow. Okay? Now, if you're doing a fried egg, you want to cook it hot and fast. Totally different skill set. Now, a key part of a good bacon egg sandwich is the bread. Homemade, fresh sourdough bread is the best way to go. If you don't have someone who actually loves you in your life and will make it for you, you can go to a bakery and buy it fresh. But don't do any of this Wonder Bread whoppiness, bacon egg sandwich bullshit. If you're gonna make a sandwich, make it a good one. And making a good sandwich starts with good, fresh bread. Don't neglect your bacon. Flip it once, flip it twice. You want it to be nice and crispy. We're gonna give that like another minute. I'm gonna turn the heat off. Let that just sizzle for another second. I'm gonna bring this over. And I'm just gonna let this set. Perfect. That is some good looking bacon. Eggs. Once the butter is almost fully melted, not completely melted, but almost fully melted, so you can see still there's like a little bit of the stick left in there, right? That's when you want to throw in your eggs. Take the eggs, pour it in, and then don't touch it. Take your bread from the middle, cut it in half. Be a little more delicate with your knives. Now I know you're like, well, I don't want to waste the whole loaf. You're not going to waste the whole loaf. You're going to eat it later. But the first sandwich should be the best one. So cut yourself, a good thickness of bread. I don't know, what is that, 1/2 inch? Looks good to me. Now see, that one's got a hole in it. That one's not going to work. So now we'll take this other half. Give me about a 1/2 inch thickness there. Perfect. Little hole's okay. That hole's no good. Cut us one more. Perfect. So 2 perfect slices. Come over to your toaster or your toaster oven, or this isn't a toaster oven, this is an air fryer. Turn it on. Toast 3 to 4. I like a level 6. 3 to 4 minutes. Lock it in. 3 to 4. Hit start. Come back over to your eggs. Now you see how it's still not really forming at the edge. We're just going to give this a little figure 8. When your eggs start getting to the point where they're almost omelette-y, kind of give it a little lift. And what you're doing is you're letting the runniness get underneath the part that's already cooked. When your eggs get to the point where it's like it's no longer runny, but it's just a little bit almost congealed, we're just going to raise the heat up a little bit to a medium, and we're just going to give it 1 little minute right there. You want to get it to the point that when you kind of like give it a little shift, there's still some runniness on the top. You want it to move as all one piece. So it's not quite like a pancake, but it's pretty close. And then when you can get it to where when you start lifting up one section, you can lift up a good bit of it. You're just going to kind of fold in the edges just a little bit. And then a 1, a 2, a 3. Yep, almost. Let's try that again. Not quite ready. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. See? Nice and light on both sides. That's exactly how you want it. Now when it gets to this point, you turn the heat off. You don't want it to overcook the egg. The pan is still hot enough that it's going to cook that opposite side. And then all we need to do now is wait for our toast to finish. And that looks perfect, even though it technically still has like an extra 30 seconds to go. We're going to take our knife on one side. I'm going to give this one a little bit of butter. Now, remember when I said, oh, I'm not going to eat all 4 eggs? I know you're not going to eat all 4 eggs, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your bread, you're going to put it on top of the eggs. You're going to take the spatula that you used, and you're going to carve around the bread that's sitting on the egg. And then that is how you have a perfectly formed egg on top of the bread. Come over, take your bacon, give you 2 slices on one, take this side, flip it over, adjust it as necessary, give yourself a little more butter on this side. Take your other 2 pieces of bacon, lay them on top. Jacobsen black pepper salt, just a little bit of pinch. Just regular good old ATV black pepper with a very strong lid. Give that just a little crackle. Put your other piece back on. Take your old trusty knife, give it a slice in half. You deconstruct your sandwich, reconstruct your sandwich. Now great, you made a sandwich, but how do you plate it, okay? You don't want to deliver steak on a trash can lid. 1 plate, 1 sandwich. Come over here. Clausen's, best pickles on earth. Pull it from the middle. 1 pickle. And whether it's your kids, your wife, or the lovely lady who got to spend the night, you have an offering of donuts. These are from Salty, the best place on earth. You pour them a cup of coffee. Add in a gratin dish of fruit. Coffee, orange juice, and bon appetit.